What's up, guys? My name's Tom Nagel, and I'm a filmmaker and photographer, and today I decided to start a YouTube channel.
Action! Action!
Today I just wanted to make this first video to introduce myself, tell you guys a little bit about me, and yeah, just get this whole thing started. So I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up out there and got into the industry as a kid. I did some child modeling and some acting, some commercial work and whatnot. First movie I was ever in was when I was 14. I did a film called Telling Lies in America, which starred Kevin Bacon, Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I think at that point is when I really knew I wanted to be in this industry. You know, I wanted to be involved in storytelling and creating. Unfortunately, I got older, things were tough in Cleveland, and I joined the U.S. Navy. So I served in the Navy and got stationed in San Diego, which put me really close to Los Angeles, which at the time was a dream of mine to be out here. I wanted to come out to LA and be an actor. So after I got out of the Navy, I moved up to Los Angeles and pursued my acting career, which went pretty good. I starred in a lot of low-budget indie horror films, some Sci-Fi Channel movies. You may have heard of some. They were on Sci-Fi Channel, like Jolly Roger, The Beast of Bray Road, Pirates of Treasure Island. Got to work with Lance Henriksen, which was awesome. So yeah, so I was trying to do the acting thing, and as anybody out there that's gone after acting in Los Angeles, I quickly found out it's not an easy thing to do. So while I was out there, my brother moved out to Los Angeles to pursue a career in modeling. And he came out and for a job to earn money, which most of us have to wait tables or do something else, he got into experiential marketing and was basically a brand ambassador to start. So he was the guy at your local event handing out free samples of, I think it was dog food or gum or things, something like that in the beginning, which was, it was fine. You do what you have to do. So one day he comes to me and there was some job opportunities. So I was struggling actor, trying to make ends meet, trying to make some money. So I took some work with him and I ended up being a brand ambassador and then also managing experiential tours. Traveled across the country for a couple years while still trying to pursue the acting thing. It was difficult, but it was a lot of fun. I got to, go to the X Games and go to the US Open of Surf and just some big events, which was fun. It wasn't always fun handing out thousands and thousands of samples of Naked Juice or High Chew candies or, whatever else we were working on at the time. But the one thing that came to me was we used to hire these photographers and videographers. So I thought to myself, I've always just, had a passion for creating, and I took one photography class in high school, and I thought, I could do this. So I think the first camera I got was a Canon 7D, and when I was on tour, I started taking pictures with the better camera and sending them to my boss. They liked the photos, so I started kind of pitching, I can manage this and I can take photos. So I started doing photography that way and earning a little money. And then I got the idea with my brother, because at the time he was still trying to model. I was still trying to do the acting thing. And, a little claim to fame, I got cast in Man of Steel. If you blink, you won't see me. But I ended up spending 2 weeks out there with, got to work with Zack Snyder and Amy Adams. And it was just awesome. It was really awesome. But, it was funny because I did this big movie, tiny part, but I thought, okay, this is it. I'm going to start getting auditions. I'm going to start, I'm going to make it. And I didn't get anything. I didn't even get like an audition. It was kind of like, it kind of brought me down. And at that time was when I believe the Canon 5D came out and people were starting to make their own films and YouTube was starting to take off. People were starting to create their own content. So I had this idea with my brother, we could maybe shoot something. And one of the other things I like to do is I love camping, I love off-roading, I own a Jeep, And I would off-road out to these places and camp and find these just like cool locations. I was off-roading out in the Mojave Desert, and we came across these old cabins from the 1800s, and you literally can't get to them with a car. And I thought, why don't we just make a film out here? And so we came up with our first film, Relentless. My idea behind it wasn't to, do a short film and win all these awards. It was to do a short film and then show some of the producers I had known from acting with, what we could do with no money. So I reached out to a buddy of mine who's a producer, Jeff Miller. He's produced a bunch of movies. And I said, hey, just take a look at this short film. Tell me what you think. He calls me up like the next day or something. We go have a drink. And he really couldn't believe that we shot this cool short film with these awesome locations. He just was, like, how did you get these locations? How did you pull this off? And basically we pulled it off with just a couple friends. We had one camera, a little handheld microphone, and we used flashlights, lanterns to light, the scenes. We had nothing. I think it kind of sparked an idea with him that we could pull off, an indie film with less budget, because it's just not that easy to make money on films. We ended up making another short film called The Retrieval. It's a little sci-fi kind of thriller thing. We showed that to him as well, and we started collaborating, and he helped us find some investors to form ClownTown, which was our first feature film. We also had kind of the same premise. We figured, well, we could go to Ohio. That's where me and my brother are from, and we could use our family to help us, and it was insane. Everybody went above and beyond, from my cousin, who was one of the clowns, but he was also the production designer. He also did craft services. We had 4 guys in a hotel per hotel room. It was wild, but it was a start. It's a pretty cool film. It's a fun little slasher film if you like that kind of thing. But then that led to our second feature, The ToyBox, which stars Denise Richards and Mischa Barton. So this was my first opportunity of really working with like real movie stars. And it was a challenge as a director, but at the same time, it was so rewarding. Even going back to ClownTown, I will say as a filmmaker, if you've never made a movie from start to finish, meaning delivery and everything, what I learned during the process of both of those films is just invaluable. There's so much, you just can't shoot a movie and put it out there. Quality assurance and making sure all your specs are right. And there's just an insane amount that goes into actually making a movie that's distributed worldwide. And I can talk about that in another video. Maybe I'll do a video on just how that happened in my process and what I learned. So the premise behind starting our company was, hey, we could do this like marketing kind of shoots, make some money, and then that'll fund the feature films, which brings us basically to today. After the ToyBox, we really realized how hard it is to make a movie and then make money on a movie. I've been following YouTube for a long time and watching guys like Peter McKinnon and everybody else out there that creates content. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, why am I not doing this? What really hit me was through the last 5 or 6 years of working on 2 features and countless marketing videos and commercials, I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to share what I've learned, the hardships, teach you guys hopefully not to make the same mistakes, teach you about gear, what to buy, what not to buy. Yeah, so today I wanted to just introduce myself and say hello to you guys, and I'm really excited to be doing this now. I'd love to hear in the comments below if there's certain things you guys want to learn about, want to hear about, and I will do my best to create those videos, show you guys how things work, lighting techniques, gear reviews, whatever. Hopefully we get another movie going, and since we're starting this, since I'm starting this YouTube channel, I could bring you along on the journey. I wish I would have done during the ToyBox, although I was like losing my mind trying to even just direct a film and shoot it. Anyways, I figured why not now? Please hit the subscribe button, and like I said, leave comments, guys, and let's get this thing rolling. I'm excited. See you guys in the next one.